I had the dumb idea of attempting to script, animate, and edit a cartoon in just 24 hours. And I gotta say, I thought it was gonna be easy, but boy was I wrong. To make matters worse, I had to do it all using my phone. When the timer started, I wanted to start right away, but then I froze. I realized I had no idea what I was going to animate. So I started thinking. But after minutes of thinking, I had nothing and I was running out of time. Then I remembered a formula I stumbled upon some time ago for writing stories. It goes character, setting, desire, conflict, resolution. When I considered these things, it was easier to write the script. I made the character a boxer. I thought it would be interesting if he wasn't a normal boxer, so I made him skinny and weak. The setting was of course a boxing ring. His desire, just like any other boxer, is to win. And the conflict is that he's too weak. As for the rest, you'll know when you watch the final result at the end of the video. And with that, I finished writing the script. It was time to start storyboarding. Since there was no dialogue, I had to think of ways to talk to the viewer without saying anything, if that makes sense. Like when I wanted the viewer to know that the skinny boxer lost, so I came up with this blackboard. Or when I wanted to show that he was doing push-ups all night long, so I came up with this little house animation. I drew every shot as fast as I could, and after a few minutes, I was finally done. But then I realized I had too many shots and I had to animate each one. So I had two options. Either I sit down and delete some shots to make the animation process easy, or I leave it like that and start animating right away. I chose option 2. This was the hard part of the process, but it's way harder when you have to animate with a crappy phone. Flipaclip kept crashing. Sometimes it would just delete a frame and I'll have to redo it, and I use the free version, so I'm limited in terms of features. And I live in an African house, so in the middle of animating, my mom would call me, come on wash plates, come on sweep. But despite all the struggles, I was finally able to finish my first shot. You might be thinking, why is the background green? Well, exporting transparent animations is a premium feature in Flipaclip. So I changed the background color to green so that I can add backgrounds later on. After that, I made this shot, which was just one drawing that I kept rotating. And then I started making this shot, which was not as easy as I expected. There was no time to draw the chalkboard, so I downloaded the drawing online. I realized that I couldn't even draw the hand, so I took a picture of my own hand and traced it. The rest was simple. Next, I animated this push-up shot. I animated the arms curling first, then I added the body and rotated it to match the arm movement. This shot was very hard to animate. I didn't know exactly how to animate the punching, so I filmed myself punching the air. I then studied the video and screenshotted the key poses. I then drew over them to make a rough sketch. I carried the drawing of a punching bag from Google to save time, then I colored it. At the end, this is how it turned out. Kinda looks anatomically incorrect, but there was no time, so I just moved on. After hours of animating, I was finally done with all the shots. But it was already 2 a.m. and I was sleepy. So I said to myself, bro, you've been working hard. You need a little break, don't you think? Go to sleep, wake up early in the morning, and continue. 2 hours. That's how much time I had left to draw 21 backgrounds and edit 2. This was bad. Really bad. I lay down on my bed and started thinking of giving up. Who am I kidding? There's no way I can make a cartoon by myself. Cartoons are normally made by teams of different people. Some do the backgrounds, some the sound design, the editing, the animation itself. That's when it hit me. I don't have to do this by myself. I went online and googled every single background I needed. Didn't draw a single one by myself. Whether it's a gym, a house, or a boxing ring, I'm downloading all of it. Image may be subject to copyright, I don't care. After downloading every single background, I started editing, and boy was I cooking. I then started adding the sound effects, every punch, every fall, every chalk stroke. I ended up adding a lot of sound effects, and with 30 minutes left, I hit export. The last 24 hours might have been the most anxiety-inducing, but I don't regret them. Yes, there were lags, yes, there were bugs, and yes, there were moments that made me wonder what I was doing with my life. But there were also subtle moments of joy, moments when I figured out something new, or moments when the final animation turned out better than I expected. This challenge made me realize that animation is not about making your drawings move, it's about bringing your drawings to life. The sheer joy an animator feels that very moment when he presses play and sees what he made, what he created, what he brought to life is worth all the struggles he faced while making it. That moment when an animator says to himself, I made this, frame by frame, is what animation is all about. And with that, here's the final result. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing so you won't miss all the exciting videos I'm planning to release. I have even crazier animation challenges in mind and I'm sure you'll love them. Bye!